Hello students, how are you all? Hope all of you are well. Today we are going to discuss class 9 science chapter number 8 motion. In the previous video I had explained you about one or two numericals of NCERT textbook. There was one or two more numericals. So let us first of all solve that numericals and after then we'll go ahead. So just the third question of that numerical was about the average velocity, right? So let's go towards that numerical. The numerical is an object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds and another 16 meter in 2 seconds. What is the average speed of that object? I hope all of you know very well. Average speed is equal to total distance traveled upon total time taken. So here that is exercise 8.1. The first question was that an object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds. 16 minutes in 4 seconds. Okay. And another 16 meter in 2 seconds. Another 16 meter in 2 seconds. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate average speed, right? So average speed is denoted by this V. Okay. It's also known as in the frequency if we talk about, and it's called nu naught or nu also. But here we will generally study about the V. V is equal to, here you can see we have to calculate average speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So here V is equal to S upon T. S means here distance. Okay. So what will be the formula? Average speed is equal to total distance traveled by total time taken. Got it? You can write it directly also. Total distance traveled, average speed is equal to total distance traveled by total time taken, Got it? So here you can tell me what is the total distance. Total distance is 16 meter and 16 meter, right? So 16 meter plus 16 meter by total time was 4 seconds and 2 seconds. So 16 plus 16, 32. 4 plus 2, 6 meter second. 6 5s are 30. 6 3s are 18. 6 3s are 18. 5.33 meter per second is the average speed. So the question was, you have to calculate an object average speed. So very nicely you can calculate the object average speed. Now after getting the information about the object average speed, we will move toward the speed direction. Means in which direction the object is moving. What we will call for the initial velocity, what we will call for the final velocity, what was the initial velocity, what was the final velocity, and after n means speed with direction. The topic name is speed with direction. I hope all of you have understand about this average speed. Just remember that what thing is denoted by what. Okay. So generally average speed is denoted by V is equal to S upon T. S means total distance traveled and T means total time taken. So the SI unit will be meter per second. Already you know the distance SI unit is meter and the time SI unit is second. So let's start speed with direction. The rate of motion of an object can be more comprehensive if we specially its direction, motion along with its speed. The quantity that specifies both the aspects is called velocity. As already I had given you the define of velocity in the previous video. Once more, velocity of a body is defined as its displacement per unit time. So velocity is equal to displacement by time taken. Got it? So now in the average velocity, similarly like average speed, if you want to calculate the average velocity, what will be the average velocity formula? Average velocity is equal to, as we have written here, total distance traveled. What we have to write? Here we have to just divide this thing into the two parts. We have to just write initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. What we will write? Initial velocity by final velocity. Initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. So here we can write initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2. So this is the formula of average velocity. First of all, you should know about the velocity. What is velocity? As I have told you, displacement upon time, right? Velocity is equal to displacement upon time. So here average velocity, generally you should understand, velocity of a body is defined as its displacement per unit time. Displacement, as for example, just suppose here, as I had informed you on the previous video, that what is the difference between the distance and displacement. Distance, I had told you, as moving path, I am moving from here and I want to reach there on that corner. So what I will do, I will either start from here and then I will go there, or I will go here, I will go there, after there, and then means in any direction I can move. So that's why its name is distance. But if I talk about the displacement, displacement means the shortest distance between the 2 points. Shortest distance between the 2 points. Again, if you are coming back towards, as for example, a swimmer is going to swim from one end to another end, and after again from another end back is coming to the first end, so the displacement will be 0. Why? Because the object has not moved, it is at the same position. But if I talk about the displacement, displacement means they have covered from one side to another side, and another side to again from this one side. So 2 times they have covered the distance. But if I talk about the displacement, so the displacement will be 0. As now we are talking about the velocity, just suppose here we can calculate the average velocity, means in case the velocity of an object is changing in a uniform rate, as for example 1 kilometer per second. The average velocity in the mathematical mean initial velocity and final velocity. So mathematically we can write nu infinity is equal to, as here we have written v, so here we will write v infinity is equal to u plus v by 2. Or generally you understand, this is the symbolic representation of average velocity. This is the symbolic representation of average speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time, we generally write speed is equal to distance upon time. But if we talk about the average speed, then average speed also total distance traveled by total time taken. So here v is equal to s upon t. But if I talk about the average velocity nu naught, or you can say v naught is equal to u plus v by 2. So this is u means initial velocity. What is the initial velocity and what was its final velocity? The sum of, or you can say the average of this initial and final velocity. So u plus v upon 2. Now we will move ahead. After the mathematical calculation of average velocity, can you tell me what will be the SI unit of this speed and velocity? Since they both are same, you can understand initial velocity plus final velocity, both are going to come in meter only. So meter per second will be the answer of SI unit of average velocity. You can write meter per second into ms inverse also. Got it? So now there are some questions related that. So can we solve that question? Yeah. Now here I am going to give you one question. The question is, here first of all you have to show the relationship between the speed and velocity. Can you tell me what is the relationship between or difference between the speed and velocity? Distance traveled by a body per unit time. Distance traveled by a body per unit time is called speed. But if I talk about the velocity, displacement of a body per unit time is called velocity. This speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. Now question is, what is scalar quantity and what is vector quantity? A quantity in which the magnitude and direction both are there, so they are vector, and in which only one thing is there, that is called scalar. Suppose if you want to understand about the vector and scalar, I want to go 5 kilometers. This is a scalar quantity. But I want to go 5 kilometers north, that is called a vector quantity. Means magnitude plus direction. This magnitude is 5 kilometers and direction is north. So if both the things are there, so they are vector quantity, and only one thing is that, then they are scalar quantity. Got it? So can you tell me speed? Speed is equal to speed. In the speed it is not denoted in which direction they are, right? Distance upon time, we just understand the distance covered. In which direction the distance has been covered, that we don't understand. So that's why speed is a scalar quantity, but in the velocity if we talk about, it is a displacement. We know from where to where we have to go, so that's why the displacement has a magnitude and direction both, so displacement is a vector quantity. Now after understanding the first question, under what condition is the magnitude of average velocity of an object equal to the average speed? Now here the both, how it will both will be equal, means average speed and average velocity. Can you tell me how the both will be equal? When the object travels along a straight line path, the distance traveled is equal to displacement. Hence average speed is equal to average velocity. Means if the average speed we are going towards the straight line from A to B, just suppose this is only the way from where to A and B. Okay, from here to here, either if you calculate the average speed, here there are 5 stoppages, and in the displacement also there is no other way, this is only the shortest distance. So the distance here, average velocity and average speed, both will be the same, because here you can understand there is no displacement, only distance is there. Otherwise you can say only displacement is there, no distance. Only one way is there, by which either it is shortest distance or the fixed distance you can say. So in both the case, that time average speed and average velocity will be equal. Means when the distance is equal to displacement, that time average velocity will be equal to average speed. The next question is, what does the odometer of an automobile measure? Have you ever seen odometer in your car or in your bike, scooty? You have seen there are 2 round clocks, right? One is showing your speed, at what speed you are moving, or at what speed you are riding your bike or car. That time you can see it is moving from 0 to 30, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. Generally in the car, maximum speed we are moving till 200, 220, 240. If you are a great racer then, okay. But we should not take our car at that much speed. But if we talk about the bike or scooty, generally we take 40 to 60, right? So that is your speedometer, because it measures your speed. And second, either you will see if there is only one clock, so below that you will see there are some digit written 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it is increasing as you move. You will see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as will increase into 7, then 8, then 9, then 40 converted. What I want to say, it measures your distance, that how much distance you have traveled. So odometer is a device which measures the distance, that how much kilometer is your vehicle run. Means if I talk about that, and initially it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. This was the initial odometer measurement, and after reaching to my destination, the odometer distance has been converted to 2, 3, 5, 6, 5. So you can see here both the distance. This is the final and this is the initial. Initial distance was this and final distance is this. So if I want to calculate that how much distance I have traveled, so V minus U, directly we will calculate V minus U, we'll get the answer that 2, 3, 5, 6, 5 minus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how much distance we have traveled, right? So this is called the odometer. The odometer of an automobile measures the distance traveled of a vehicle. What does the path of an object look when it is in the uniform motion? Means uniform motion, as I had already explained you about the uniform motion, when an object travels equal distance at equal interval of time is called uniform motion. And question is, what does the path of an object look like? What does the path of an object look like? In uniform motion, an object can move along any kind of path, but the speed must remain the constant. Speed must remain the constant. Means either the same distance or same interval of time. So equal distance or equal interval of time, you can say it can move in any direction, but the distance and time should be same. So that is what the question I want to ask you. What does the path of an object look like when it is in the uniform motion? So you can write answer as, in a uniform motion the object can move along with any kind of path, but its speed must remain constant. The next question is, during an experiment a signal from a spaceship reached to the ground station in 5 minutes. What was the distance of a spaceship from the ground station? The signal travels at the speed of light, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now you can see here, speed of signal is equal to speed of light. Now how much time they have taken and how much distance they have covered. They are asking you that how much distance is from the spaceship to the ground station. See, speed is given and time is given. You have to calculate the distance. Speed is given and time is given. You have to calculate only the distance in this numerical. See, there is one space station and question is what? Your question is saying you that speed of light is the speed of that same signal. So speed of signal, you can write speed of signal. It is equal to speed of light, which we can write c. What is the speed of light? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, means 3 lakh kilometer per second. 350 meter will be converted to kilometer, so 3 lakh kilometer per second. This is the speed of signal, okay, and the distance, speed, time taken by the signal to reach the ground station. Time taken is equal to 5 minutes. Time taken to reach the ground station. Time taken to reach the ground station is equal to 5 minutes. 5 minutes means, can you tell me how much seconds? 5 into 60 seconds, right, is equal to 300 seconds, correct? So this is our time in the question given, and speed given. What we have to calculate? Distance we have to find. So what is, you know very well, speed is equal to distance upon time. So distance will be speed into time. Speed is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and here the speed is 300 seconds. Second cancel. So here 3 3s are 9 into 10 to the power 10. So the distance will be 9 into 10 to the power 10 meter. So this type of numericals is very easy. See, because here you just have to understand what is given in the question, because 50% of the things are already given in the question. So after then you can solve these answers very easily. Okay. So now we are moving towards ahead, the rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity. What is the rate of change of velocity? During the uniform motion of an object along a straight line, the velocity remains constant with the time. In the case, the change in velocity of the object for any time interval is 0. However, in non-uniform motion, velocity varies with the time. It has different values at the different instant and a different point at the path. Thus, the change in the velocity of the object during any time interval is not 0. So, can we now express these things into the change in velocity? To answer this type of question, we have to introduce the physical quantity called acceleration. See what happens in the uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion, whenever it is going to start, it will start from 0 only. In the average speed, just suppose here, if there is one, I am plotting a graph of uniform motion and I am plotting a graph of non-uniform motion. See, this is a graph of uniform. Why this is a graph of uniform motion? Because you can understand, in this graph you can see it is moving along straight path, and you can see here equal distance, equal interval of time, equal distance, equal. Whenever it will start from 0. You can say here, if 5 meter per second the speed is there, so here also 5 meter per second, 5 meter per second, 5 meter, means each and every time you can calculate the speed 5 meter per second. But in the non-uniform motion, the speed is not same. So every time you can't calculate from the 0. So for this we have to introduce a new physical quantity called acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration is change in velocity by time taken. As you can see here, since it is not a uniform motion, so that time what happens here, the speed changes, right? So that's why our new physical quantity, or physical, you can say it's a quantity which is called acceleration. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time taken. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time taken. So remember this formula. You should always remember the formula, because the concept which we have to learn is the formula. What is acceleration? Acceleration is equal to change in speed by time taken. Change in speed or change in velocity. Change in velocity by time taken. See, first of all of you are riding bike and scooty, right? So you may have one clutch and one accelerator. It's called accelerator. Yes, accelerator. So when you are just increasing the speed of your vehicle, that time you will see that you are changing the style of accelerator, right? So as you increase accelerator, means what you are doing, you are changing in velocity, right? So that's why its name is also accelerator. That's why the process is called acceleration. What is acceleration? If anybody will ask you, so tell me what is the define of acceleration. I want to write the define of acceleration. Then it's very easy. You can write in your notebook. Acceleration is defined as the rate of change of velocity of a body. The rate of change of velocity of a body. the rate of change of velocity of a body. So that's why I have written here acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time taken. So according to this formula, we will solve more and more numericals in the next video. For today, I have just written this acceleration formula, but in the next video, I'll explain in detail about this and I will solve 2-3 numericals also. That's all for today. Thank you very much for viewing this video. I hope all of you have enjoyed this video. If you're having any doubt regarding this video, then please drop your doubt into the comment box section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. That's all for today. Thank you very much.